Hold on. There's a purpose to all of this. Look at that. Watch. I put it on, it goes down. Put it on, it goes down. So this is just a cool lipstick case. It's sort of a different kind of a lipstick. Sort of a different kind of a lipstick case. I'm starting my Whoosh review off a little differently this week. It's almost like a magnet, sort of, but it's not. But hey there, Whoosher reviewers. Frannie Rhodes here. Oh, I put on some lipstick. Oh, just for the video. Anyways, thank you very much. It's okay. It's called Intrigue. And what is this? Who is this from? Intrigue. And I don't LA Girl by LA Girl. This is a cheaper lipstick, I think, that I got at a drugstore, I'm sure, because that's where I buy my lipsticks. But the cool part is, okay, I'm not going to take too much time with this, but you open it, you close. It's like a magnet, sort of. It pulls. Anyways, thank you very much. Maybe I should have just gone without the lipstick, though. Okay. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, sports Duran Duran fans and Whoosher radio review fans. I'm going to call you the Whoosher reviewers from now on. All 13 of you. So, anyways, I have 13 subscribers now. Woohoo! Okay, so, which is exciting. That is exciting. It went up from 10, I think, from 10 to 13 in just like a week, which is pretty good. Okay, so I am here to bring you, I don't want to fixate on this lipstick too much, and I feel like this lighting isn't, hold on, that's better. Is that better? I think that lighting might be better. Oh, I want to take this lipstick off now. Anyways, so hold on. Oh, and my bed's falling apart. Okay, hold on. Got it, no worries. I think I may have shared that with you guys before, or shared that on a video before, that my bed does this because the mattress is too small for the bed frame. Anyways, thank you very much. So, oh, yes, and swear to God, I'm going to get to the review in just a minute. I'm drinking chocolate almond milk. That's good. It is good. See the glass? It's really cool. I don't know if you can see it. It's got this bird emblazoned in the glass. And chocolate almond milk. I'm just going to finish that off. Really good. Okay. So, onward with the review. So, I just downloaded this big app onto my phone not too long ago, like earlier this week. So I'm hoping that that doesn't stop this video from all going through in one fell swoop. Hopefully it won't. I don't think it will. Okay, because I erased everything else from my phone. So this week's Whoosh episode is called Swimming in a Mirror, which is a really cool title, by the way. I don't think we found out which song that title came from, if in fact it did come from a song this week. That lighting is not good. Hold on. That's better. Okay. So, yes, Whoosh episode Swimming in a Mirror is what this review is for. So we can get right into it. The first song was bought by a band called Metronomy, which who they have played on Whoosh before. The song was called The Look. Now, it starts out with a somewhat kicky organ sounding music. A high male voice is the vocals, and then the organ music keeps a good steady beat and time through the song. It's pleasing to listen to. That's how I describe this song. I actually did give it 5 stars. Let me see. So Metronomy, which is the name of the band, is an English electronic outfit. They were formed, I think, in 1999. They had an album called English Riviera that came out in 2011. And they're putting out a whole remix album of the English Riviera album now. And also a band by the name of MGMT did a remix cover of this song, The Look by Metronomy. Simon said it has unexpected melody. It's like beach music, and it's like you could be listening to it on Brine Pier. That's the feel that the song has. So, according to Simon, beach music, it's a unexpected melody, and you could be listening to it on Brine Pier. Kathy described it as Kathy. Oh, forgive me. Caddy described it as ethereal, simply ethereal. I gave it 5 stars. Oh, and by the way, I love the title Swimming in a Mirror, the episode title this week, Swimming in a Mirror. I love it. It's very abstractly artistic, and it actually reminds me of a piece of art that I might do, swimming in a mirror, something that would remind you of swimming in a mirror. Oh, and if you want to check out my art, you can do that on Frannie's Fire on Instagram. It's an account called Frannie's Fire, spelled exactly the way it sounds. And Frannie Durrani Art is my Duran Duran art account, spelled exactly the way it sounds. I think that one has an underscore. It's Frannie Durrani underscore art, I think. And then I have a photography account, Photography by Frannie Rhodes, and an account to spotlight Duran Duran fans' artwork. Anybody who would like to let me share their artwork, and that one is called The Circles We Traced. And of course, I chose the title, The Circles We Traced, from the Duran Duran song Last Chance on the Stairway. Thank you very much. There's a little Duran Duran in everything I do. So, and it's true. Okay, so that was the first song. The Look by Metronomy, I gave it 5 stars. And that's basically how I would describe it and how Simon and Caddy described it. Oh, and Simon in the beginning of this episode, the first thing he said was, well, hello. So, well, hello back to you, Simon. Okay, so anyways, well, hello. No, anyways. Oh, and Caddy said that Metronomy is one of the recent top bands of Simon's, one of Simon's recent top bands. So he really likes that band. Okay. Now, Caddy sounded tired in this episode, I will say. She's a mom. She's entitled to be tired. So, this next song is by a band called Wolfpack. I'm going to put a list of these down in the notes of this episode, as I do every week, of the names of the artists and the songs, so you can get the spellings and everything. And my purpose for doing that is my purpose for doing this whole review thing is for those of you who can't access Whoosh in your area, and you miss it, because I've seen a lot of fans posting that they miss the show a lot, because I believe it's only available in America now through SiriusXM. I'm going to take this lipstick off. I don't feel in a lipstick mood right now. So, yes. So, for those of you that can't access it anymore, which is mostly the international fans, I believe, which Duran Duran has a lot of, and that's why I started doing this, so you guys can still get a breakdown of what's happening on the show and a list of all the songs and artists, so you can still download them elsewhere, stream them, download, and enjoy them. So yes, this one is called Wolfpack. That's V as in Victor, U-L, F as in Frank, P-E-C-K, I believe. The song is called 3 on E, and this is possibly Caddy's song of the week, and I think it did turn out to be her song of the week, because she sorry, I keep adjusting tonight, because she did not state that another song had overtaken it. So it's called 3 on E by Wolfpack, which reminded me of Sixes and Nines, which I can't remember who the artist of that one was, but Caddy really liked that song Sixes and Nines too, that has been played on Whoosh. So she likes these, she tends to have a trend going on with these titles of like 3 on E, Sixes and Nines. You see what I'm saying? So I would describe it as funky soul R&B with a question mark, groovy, James Brown sounding 2. There's a lyric in it that goes sweeter than sweet 16, which I liked. I thought that was kicky. So Simon found Wolfpack on a Nouveau Punk playlist that he was listening to, as he said, as you do. And he actually found this band, Wolfpack, through another artist that he likes called John Baptiste, who he's going to be featuring on next week's show. Simon and Caddy will be featuring John Baptiste on next week's show, and John Baptiste is reminiscent of James Brown. And actually, Wolfpack, as I said, also reminiscent of James Brown. So that makes sense that he found Wolfpack through Jean Baptiste, both reminiscent of James Brown. Same kind of sort of music. So that's sort of the story behind that. That's how I would describe the song. Funky, soul, R&B, groovy, James Brown sounding, sweeter than sweet 16 lyric I liked. I actually gave that one 5 stars as well. And I gave that first one 5 stars, as you'll recall, which was Metronomy, the look. Ugh, I have lipstick on my thumb. It's bugging me. Okay, so anyways, and I'm fidgety tonight. I don't know why I'm fidgety. I can't get comfortable and I can't get good lighting. Okay, let's try to stay there. So, the next song is from a band called New Dad, and the song is called I Don't Recognize You. It starts out with a very strong, grand Oasis sounding guitar to me. And what I loved about this is when I heard this guitar riff, as Simon put it later on, after they were giving their descriptions of the song, after I jotted mine down, he said that could have been an Oasis riff. And I had written very strong, grand Oasis sounding guitars to me. So yes, we both got the Oasis vibe there. So that gives you, swear to God, I'm going to find a comfortable position. I don't know why I can't tonight. Okay, something's going on with that. I have 2 bottles of water on the bed that I need to push out of my way. Okay, so yes, me and Simon both got that Oasis vibe. It starts out with a very strong, grand Oasis, and that made me really happy and excited that, yeah, we recognize the same thing. Okay, and then it shows me that I'm dead on with the music that I'm describing this to you as, which is always nice. So it starts out with a very strong, grand Oasis sounding guitar. It's a female singing in the band called New Dad. And I would say it's a very 90s girl band sounding voice, a mellow, lazy voice. And a Weezer sounding guitar, steady Weezer sounding guitar through the song. So it starts out with a grand Oasis sounding guitar riff, as Simon put it. Female singing in a very 90s girl band sounding mellow, lazy voice way. And then there's this Weezer sounding guitar kind of running through the song, kind of reminiscent of the guitar in the Sweater song by Weezer. You guys are going to get 3 songs from me tonight because I forgot to sing in the beginning of this episode, la 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 late bar, la da 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 da, because I'm late, because I meant to post this last night and I'm not posting it till tonight. So song number 1, there you go. This will be song number 2, and actually I think you're going to get, no, 3. So this is the second one. If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, 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 pull the string as I walk away, I know that I was off key there a bit, but that's the Sweater song by Weezer, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. And I love Weezer. I love their music. Kind of like Cake, that sort of a feeling of music. I love them too. And so, but not as much as I love Duran Duran. I don't love anybody as much as I love Duran Duran. So, yeah, it's a Weezer sounding guitar through the song, kind of like from the Sweater song sounding sort of a guitar. Let me see what else. Oh, so then Simon and Caddy were talking about this song, and that's when Simon made the Oasis comparison as well, which made me really happy. And Caddy said the song is about watching somebody that you love lose their way and you don't recognize them as the person that they once were. I absolutely knew that that's what the song was about the minute that I saw the title. And I think the reason I knew that so clearly was because I have been through that in my life. I have lost my way before, and I know my family absolutely went through what this song is described to be about when that happened to me. And I just knew that that's what it meant. So, yay, I guess, yay for me. And so, let me see. Caddy described it as Shugazi pop, which I don't know what that means. Simon said maybe a bit, and he said there's a heaviness. It's a plotter. It has depth, but the lightness of her voice lifts it. Caddy asked Simon if he wanted to play a round of where is this band from, which is just a fun little thing that they do sometimes to see if Simon can guess it right. And Simon guessed a bunch of different places like Newcastle, Scotland, Great Britain, and they're actually from Galway, Ireland. And Simon said the singer's voice actually reminded him of Claire Grogan, which is why he guessed from Scotland. Because I believe Claire Grogan, and that would be Claire Grogan, if I'm not mistaken, from Altered Images, which was a band in the 80s, cute little kind of pixie-ish girl with really short blonde hair. And you can look it up on YouTube if you're not familiar with it. Altered Images, Claire Grogan, 80s music. We had the best music in the 80s, and so I'll give you a little taste of that. And this is the third song I'm singing tonight, and I think the final one. So there was Late Bar, the sweater song, and now happy birthday, die, 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 die. I want to do the die, die better. That's just fun. So, yeah, that was Happy Birthday by Altered Images. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that song. And actually, I'm going to do that again and dedicate it to Roger for his birthday this last Monday, which I did post about and made him a cool video about. But I did not sing him Happy Birthday, and I was going to, and I was like, well, no, I'm just going to make the video instead. But here you go, Roger, if you ever see this. And a slightly different rendition of Happy Birthday, Altered Images style. Happy birthday, die, 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 die. I wanted just actually a second chance to get that die, die, die part right, which sometimes I do it much better than others, and that one was just okay, but I'm sure that'll help you guys recognize some of that song. That one was for you, Roger Taylor, for your birthday this last Monday. Much love, as always. And so, yes, Simon, that's Claire Grogan singing that song, if you recognize the song, said that the voice of this singer in the band New Dad reminded him of Claire Grogan. I don't think, not at all. I didn't see it, didn't hear it, didn't feel it, nothing like Altered Images, but that's what it reminded Simon of. So, I describe it as very 90s girl band sounding mellow, lazy voice. That's how I would describe it. Not like Claire Grogan at all, or at least the songs that I know from Altered Images, or that one song that I know from Altered Images. So, I think that's all that was said about this song. Let me see. Grand Oasis Scotland. Yeah, so that was it. So I actually gave that song 5 stars. I liked it. Then we had a fan question from Marcy Jacobson. And the question was for Simon to end this dispute between Marcy Jacobson and Caddy of what drink Simon had bought for them a few years back or several years back at the Four Seasons Hotel. Simon said it wasn't a fair question or something like that, that Marcy and Caddy were like Tyson versus Evander Holyfield in like a boxing match. And actually, Caddy said Evander Holyfield before Simon did, but then he said it kind of in unison with her. So they were thinking the same thing, which was cool. And then Simon said he imagined gloved fists from both sides coming at him. So anyways, the choices of the kind of drinks that were bought were an Alabama Slammer, which is what Caddy thought that he had bought them, or a sidecar, which is what Marcy thought he had bought them. Simon said it was a sidecar. And then he also brought up, so Simon bought this person, Marcy Jacobson, and Caddy, I don't know who that is, and Caddy, a sidecar at a Four Seasons hotel several years ago. Caddy thought it was an Alabama Slammer. Marcy was saying it was a sidecar. according to Simon, is a sidecar. I don't know what kind of drink that is, and I didn't look it up before I did this review, but I can look it up at some point. I've heard of Alabama Slammer. I think I've heard of both of them, but I don't know exactly what's in either. Then that led Simon to talk about Manhattans, and he said he's been making Manhattans lately, and they rock. And I've heard of Manhattan. Again, I don't know exactly what's in it. I don't think I've ever had one. What else? So then Simon mused about this story once of when he was on an airplane and there was a lady in coach. She wasn't in first class. She wasn't even in business class. She was in coach, as he says. She ordered a sidecar on a plane, and then he kind of laughed about it. He wasn't being mean, though. He was just musing about this story. And apparently you can't get a sidecar on a plane. It's apparently some sort of a mixed drink that they can't make on a plane. So there you go. If you're ever on a plane, don't order a sidecar because they won't be able to make it. And I didn't know that. And hey, after listening to the show, if they hadn't said that for a cocktail the next time I'm on a plane, which hopefully will be sooner than later, I may have just tried to order a sidecar and you can't order a sidecar on a plane. Anyways, that was just a funny little story that Simon told, and he wasn't being mean about the lady who had ordered it. He was just musing about the story because they were talking about alcohol. The question was about alcohol. So, then the next song. This one is called Real Insight. The band is called Pneumatic Parlo. Pneumatic Parlo. And again, all of the spellings of these songs and artists will be down in the notes below when I post the show. So you can check those out to stream the songs and listen to them elsewhere, as I had mentioned earlier, if you so choose to. If you can't access SiriusXM to hear Whoosh anymore right now. So I described Real Insight by Pneumatic Parlo as kind of a cool, very strummy, maybe even somewhat psychedelic twang to this guitar. So again, my description of it was kind of a cool, very strummy guitar, maybe even somewhat of a psychedelic twang to the guitar. Again, got very excited because when Simon and Caddy were talking about it, I believe it was Caddy that, oh no, it was a description by some article or the band themselves that said psychedelic, a bit of psychedelic rock. So woo! Another dead on one for Frannie. So I also described the singing as a 70s sounding male voice. So like from a hippie-ish band is what I said. So this is how I'm trying to describe the voice so you guys can kind of, because I can't think of any singers or songs off my head to say, oh yeah, it sounds like this or that. So if you picture a guy in the 70s with sort of the short but longish haircut, I don't know what that would have been called. Not really shag, but I'm not sure. Wearing the beads, like the hippie beads, and like a cool, psychedelic looking, long sleeved, maybe sort of bell sleeved, ornately, patterned shirt and some funky colors. Picture that guy, but he's the one singing with the mature philosophical sounding voice. And I know that there are some artists and some bands and some songs that are just like this, and I can't think of any of the names of them, but I'm trying to just give you a description of how the vocals sounded to me. So kind of like, no, not like that. Like, how would I describe it? Like, almost formal sounding, like mature, formal sounding male voice, but total hippie attire. So the song rolls along pretty well, I also said, and pretty well musically. It rolls along pretty well musically. I actually only gave it 1 star. I didn't really care for Real Insight by Pneumatic Parlo. So the next one is by an artist called Kevin Holiday. It's called Lonely. And actually this guy, Kevin Holiday, his Twitter handle is @Hollidays, and it's either HOLLADAZE or HOLLIDAZE. I'm not sure which one. I followed him on Twitter because every week I follow all of the accounts on all of the social medias that are listed for the Whoosh show. I follow all of the artists. And this guy followed me back today, which was really cool. or yesterday, excuse me. He followed me back yesterday. His name is Kevin Holiday. Again, Holiday's on Twitter, and he was cool enough to follow me back. So he'll probably follow you back too if you follow him. So anyways, the way I described this song, so it has edgy lyrics, and it's a tight musical loop that the lyrics are encircled within, if that makes sense. That's the best way that I can describe it. Edgy lyrics, a tight musical loop that the lyrics are encircled within, is how I described it. Some of the lyrics, just to give you an example: you're my favorite patient. I could operate on you all day. Now, some might take that lyric jumped out at me. Some might take that as a sexual thing. I took it as a gruesome thing because I'm picturing this guy like scalpeling up this person all day. So anyways, oh, and he uses the F word several times in this song. So Simon said he likes this guy's approach. This was the song that he was talking about in the Whoosh promo this week on Duran Duran's social media. So I don't know if this would be considered Simon's hotspot. Nothing was called his hotspot officially this week, but this was the one that was talked about in the DD promos. So Simon said he's sort of hip hop, but not hip hop. He likes his approach. Caddy described him, or he was described, and Caddy related as indie alternative R&B. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and this song is very new. It just came out in February. I only gave it 1 star. I don't really care for this song, which follows the tradition of the ones that Simon puts in the hotspot or talks about on his promos for Duran Duran or loves. I usually don't care for. Me and Simon don't have the same musical tastes in that way. But that's The Skinny on Lonely by Kevin Holiday. And then what they said about Real Insight by Pneumatic Parlo. They're from Dusseldorf, Germany. I want to go to Germany. I think that would be so much fun, and it'd be so beautiful to see. I want to go to Germany. I want to go back to England. I want to see Germany. I want to see Italy. I want to see Greece. I'd love to go to Egypt. I want to go to so many places, but Germany has just always seemed appealing to me. So this band just formed in 2018, and they're described as a melange of early 90s Britpop sprinkled with a bit of psychedelic rock. So yeah, I got excited when I heard that because I also said that I caught that psychedelic twang in the guitar. And Simon also feels that he feels some 80s in their music as well, along with that description of early 90s Britpop sprinkled with a bit of psychedelic rock, and Simon threw in and some 80s vibe and flavor. So that's The Skinny on Pneumatic Parlo. The song was Real Insight. Then Simon was reflecting about 2 people that we lost recently. First, he talked about the Duke of Edinburgh, who recently passed away, as I'm sure all of you know. I was really sad to see that. Simon said he was his favorite royal, kind of. I remember Simon had said that about him before, that he liked the Duke of Edinburgh. I liked him because he seemed to have such a genuine, down-to-earth, kind energy. That's what I got from the Duke of Edinburgh, not knowing much about him, but just kind of picking up on his energy from what I did see of him. That's how I would describe him, and that's why I liked him. Simon didn't say necessarily why he liked him. I think it's kind of the same reason, because I think Simon has touched on that before. And Simon said something interesting, that the Queen isn't a royal. So he was qualifying what he had said about the Duke of Edinburgh being his favorite royal, sort of, saying, well, I didn't choose the Queen. That's not how he said it, but basically qualifying it by saying the Queen isn't a royal. She's just the Queen. She's just extraordinary. So it's like she's beyond royal. She's just extraordinary. And so, but he was remembering the Duke of Edinburgh, which I loved. I thought that was very appropriate. And also the band's tour manager, Duran Duran's tour manager, Ken Watts, who has recently passed away. And I'm sure many of you saw that on Duran Duran's social media. I know I did. I reposted the post about him. And Simon was saying how very much he's going to be missed. And it was touching. Kind of made me emotional when I heard Simon talking about it. And he said that he wanted to talk a bit about people we've had to say goodbye to in our hearts. And that was the Duke of Edinburgh and Ken Watts.